From your Center for the Arts Studios, this is your Ashland University Sports Update. I'm Kate Siefert.
And I'm Noah Cloonan. Thanks for tuning in.
The women's basketball team unveiled their Fastbreak club last week. Similar to the football team's Gridiron Club, the main purpose of the Fastbreak Club is to create a greater connection between the Ashland community and the women's basketball team. The money raised through this club will go towards gear, recruitment, and travel. Debuting this club will not only enhance the program, but also benefit the players, giving them more opportunities to travel and play in different parts of the world. Head coach Robin Freilich said she's hoping to take the team to the Dominican Republic to play next fall.
The Ashland University football team is coming off of their biggest win of the season at Ferris State. We have some footage from their win against Findlay 2 weeks ago. Against Ferris State, the Eagles jumped out to an early lead as they scored twice to give themselves a 14-3 lead. Then the Bulldogs got rolling and scored 28 straight points to hold a commanding 31-14 lead. The Eagles cut into the margin to make it 31-17 going into the half. The second half was a different story for the Eagles as they shut out the Bulldogs and scored 22 straight points to come away with a hard-fought 39-31 victory. Running back Vance Settlemeyer returned to the lineup and carried the ball 15 times for 80 yards. Quarterback Travis Tarnowski continued to play well as he threw for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns. Adam Shaheen once again showed why he is the best college tight end in the country as he had 7 catches for 152 yards, including a 70-yard touchdown reception. The Eagles will look to stay unbeaten as they will travel to Tiffin to take on the Dragons on Saturday afternoon at 1:30.
Hoping to maintain their undefeated record on the season, the women's soccer team will head to Ferris State and Grand Valley State this weekend. Right now, the Bulldogs are 2-5-1 overall, and like the Eagles, the Lakers also hold an undefeated record. Junior Morgan Batingle and sophomore Deja Swihart preview this weekend's action.
We have 2 big games this weekend, so Ferris State is our first goal though. Like we talked about it with our coach and everything, like that is our first target, and then we'll go to the next step after Ferris State.
We know we can beat them, we just have to go out and know that we can instead of going down and always have to fight back. So we just got to put the ball in the back of the net and keep going after it.
We want to make sure that like we get that first goal, and I think we are able to do that, and with that first goal it gives us momentum to keep going and going, and like last year we were down, so we definitely can come back, but we want to make sure that we stay on top of it this year and like not have to come back. We want to be the leader up there.
A strategy that we've been working on, especially up top as attacking, is really getting in behind and just connecting the passes and combining, so I think that can really hurt them.
I think with the undefeated record we want to continue to do that as well. I know that we do have some ties, and that's not our goal. I mean, it's nice to not have that loss, but we definitely want to continue on doing that. And I think knowing that we have that like 0 there, we want to keep that, so that'll help us. There's a difference between just beating a team and like putting multiple goals in the back of the net, and I think that's what our goal is too, because like we are able to beat these teams, but it's now like we want to take it a step further and like not just be a 1-0. We want to like 3-0 and stuff like that. And especially in the GLIAC, it's going to be hard because it's a completely different monster than like out of conference game.
The men's soccer team took a tough loss on Wednesday night against the Walsh Cavaliers. Walsh scored the go-ahead goal late in the second half to give the Cavaliers the 2-1 victory. Sophomore Thomas Cordiero scored the lone goal for the Eagles on an assist from freshman midfielder C.J. Maynard. That was his team-leading 3rd goal of the season. The Eagles fall to 4-4 on the season and 2-4 in the GLIAC. The men will hit the road again as they embark on a 4-game road trip. The trip will start this weekend as they will head to Findlay on Friday and Tiffin on Sunday as they look to get back to their winning ways.
On Monday, Ashland University welcomed a new member to their athletic department. AUTV 20's Brianna Gannon sat down with the new head swimming and diving coach, Ron Allen, who shared his hopes for the new season.
Thanks, guys. Today with me, I have the new head swimming coach, Ron Allen. Thank you for being here today.
You're welcome.
Okay. And then you came from Colorado Mesa, correct?
Yes.
What was kind of the final decision in you making to move to Ashland?
More than anything, all the positives that Ashland has. A small private college is the kind of school that I went to myself, so that was very attractive. I liked being able to sell that to the recruits. And Ashland has so many positives. The big one that stands out to me is not only the number of athletes that are on campus, but the dedication to athletics with being for 10 years straight in the top 15 of the Learfield Cup. That's just incredible. Obviously, only 2 schools have been able to do that. So that kind of commitment, as well as a long establishment academically, that's an easier sell for recruits. So all of those things are a whole package.
And then with both of the men's and the women's teams last year in the GLIAC placing 7th, what kind of improvements are you looking to make for this year?
Well, we're looking more for long term. I'm looking for 2, 3, 4 years down the road, as far as a long-term plan. But for this year, each one of these individuals on the team wants to get better. And if we work together and take those steps, which I've only been here a few days, but it looks like they're in a position to not only be able to do that, but to have the desire to do that, they're going to be able to take the steps to start to move up in the GLIAC.
And then what kind of goals are you and the team making for this year's season?
As I said, this is my 2nd day here, and so even though the season is 3 weeks into the season, I'm really hitting the ground running. So we have to do a lot of individual goal talks, team meetings, and start getting an idea of being on the same page. Yes, I have an idea of what the goals are going to be from my end, but I want to make sure that's a shared vision. So we're sitting down and having those discussions so we can have that indeed shared vision instead of just coming from the coach. Now, having said that, if you look at where ASHLAND has been in the past, a powerhouse in swimming in the 90s and early 2000s, me personally, that's where I want us to be.
Okay, and then with last year they had a senior that just graduated who ended up going very far in the finals. Hannah Matter is her name. And then what kind of goals do you have any specific goals for the women's team or the men's team to move on to the finals?
Here again, I don't want to repeat the same thing again, but we have got to do these individual meetings and group meetings first before we really have a plan of attack. I think losing somebody like Hannah, leaves a bit of a void. But if we educate and teach the right lessons, there's going to be people that are going to fill into that void just fine. But right now they need a little bit of attaboys and some hand holding, and then we're going to start really going for it.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Coach. I wish you good luck on your season this year, and I hope your first year here is very good.
Thanks for your time.
Back to you guys.
On Tuesday, the Eagles volleyball team won their 3rd straight match as they beat the Tiffin Dragons 3-2. The team will head to Michigan this weekend to face Lake Superior State and Saginaw Valley State. We sat down with senior Casey Clark to talk about the upcoming matches.
We're just trying to find the best lineup for us right now. I don't think we've really found it yet. Just switching in people randomly. Finding 2 wins this weekend really definitely helped. We're trying to find our own identity. We always say that we need to have high energy, play, and have fun. So we just need to have fun and then try and pull out 2 wins by staying that consistent. We want to go in top 8 halfway through the season, and we want to stay there. We want to be in a good place for conference tournament.
The women's tennis team is hosting both Findlay and Wayne State this weekend. If the weather holds up, they are set to play on Saturday at 10 a.m. and Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m.
The Ashland University men's golf team will be in action this weekend as they will be at the Kyle Ryman Memorial Golf Tournament.
And after having last weekend off, the cross-country team will be competing at the All-Ohio Championships this weekend in Cedarville, Ohio. That's it for this edition of the Ashland University Eagles Sports Update. I'm Kate Siefert.
And I'm Noah Cloonan. Thanks for tuning in.